Hello world. It is a splendid warm spring day here in Alameda, and all of our stuff is looking, I've got everybody in a position that I think they'd all be happy with. I love this guy right here. It is in a good place for the light. It's out of the way so it doesn't get hit. And this guy seems to be really happy here. This guy seems to be really happy here. And when it starts flooding, I move it to over here so that it won't get involuntarily rained on. Speaking of, we are going to get more atmospheric rivers are on their way. But today is nice. I think I'm showing you, focus. I think I'm showing you how much this oak is just budding out all over. It is just about to, it's already exploding. It is exploding as we speak. As is its cousin, the sister, the little silver coastal oak. It's just really coming out too. I probably should start clipping some of this back before I have major cut marks. I think all of that foliage coming out of there really kind of helped us get a little hippie in the trunk, which is good. That's kind of was something that I was wanting. But the longer I wait to cut that off, the bigger that'll look like something that needs cut paste. I'm finally glad to see that this is pushed. This is my Dawn Redwood. It has finally pushed out something that has got a little bit of green color and structure to it. Really good to see. So yeah, but then on the other hand, those cypress guys, they are just really doing it right now. They're getting kind of busy. It's just like all you can see all the way back is just green stuff, and my wisterias are popping out. All of my wisterias are finally showing signs of doing stuff. Even like this Chinese wisteria is pretty much last to come up. That's buds there, and but that's already almost in leaf. And the other Japanese wisteria that was slow to come on, it's finally starting to show us some green. I got the pines back here in the fair weather position. This is where everybody gets the most sunlight, and at the same time doesn't get quite as intense or backed off a foot from the overheads, while at the same time they still get that, but then they still get the daylight from here. And I just noticed, as long as they don't get overwatered here, that this was so they're out of the wind, that this was the position, the favorite position for the little pines. So until tonight, whenever our weather starts blowing in, I'll kind of keep a monitor on that. And when that happens, I'll start shifting the smaller pines back up here. I'll shift this guy back over here. Somewhere about mid-table, things don't get flooded as much unless our winds are really, really high. And I haven't heard anything about winds. I've just heard about, that didn't mean we're not getting any. I've just heard that we were in for a lot more rain and potential flooding, and yay. Anyway, for the most part, everybody's okay with the amount of water we've been getting. Some things are a little tired of it. Some things are a little tired of it. Some of the pines are looking a little yellow, but it's okay. We've been able to muddle through this, and I'm learning how to kind of dance with this. This is Ponderosa. This is Haas, our little Ponderosa. It's looking pretty nice. It did get watered today, as did the Ponderosa behind it, babe. I'm looking at it. This is the guy that we did some styling to early last week. You can see the little curls we put in there, some of the motion that we put in there, and we put motion in quite a bit of it and pulled a lot of that down and separated it and stuff. And I'm pretty happy with the way that came out. I've got some more to do, but I'd like to be able to, I've got some more to do, but I think I should probably address that pot before I go bend it on anything else, or I'll find myself holding a bare-rooted tree. Let's see, that's something we worked on just recently. This is something that we worked on just recently. This is our little acquisition here, this little pine. Put a hard bend in it and gave a repot. It's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the stuff that we did to it. And it came out of the ground a little straight, and I think we were able to address that okay. And I'm pretty happy with what we got out of that. The other thing we did just recently was we repotted this Bougainvillea, and it's looking like it got kind of cold here. The leaves will do that, and they'll do this little yellow thing if they get too cold. But I don't really think that's going to be an issue. It's also about to start its blooming again, so I suspect that's going to be pretty. Finally, the tree I named Little Spoon is starting to bud out. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah, there's our little buds there on Little Spoon, and I'm glad to see it decided to go another. Everything is going along as planned, except that I may have lost this guy. When I drove Lyft Christmas Eve, I brought a group of people home from a Christmas party, an office Christmas party, and I ended up picking them up and dropping them off so close to where I live that I decided it was the perfect time to call it a night. So I went home from there, and the next morning when I got in the car, I found this little Christmas lemon cypress rolling around in the back seat, and I've had it ever since. It wasn't something I particularly wanted. I wish I would have taken better care of it, but I think going into this winter we were doing okay. I know it got watered. It got watered as much as everything else did. It might be that it got too much water and I wasn't watching that, but I believe we lost the lemon cypress. Other than that, all of our trees made it through. All of our trees. No, that's not true. We also lost the Ponderosa. I'm probably not going to move past that for a minute. But yeah, that was unexpected though about the lemon cypress. The Ponderosa, that we lost that in November. But aside from our couple of little hits, and everybody gets them, I'm pretty optimistic about the way things are looking. This little literati is looking good. I'm pretty happy with the work we did to it. I did some work to it. I cut a limb off earlier where I thought it had a bar branch, and then I did some wiring on the bottom that I'm pretty happy with. The only other thing that we've got going on that's new is we did these. These are the pine tree seeds, and that's vat of pine tree seeds number 1, and below it is vat of pine tree seeds number 2. And when I got done, I had all of those loaded. All of those pots had a seed in them, and plus I still had, I still had a small little, fistful. So where did they go? Without a plan, with nothing really up my sleeve to do with them, I just took those 2 orchid pots, threw some screen in it, threw some substrate in it, and that one I had some substrate already ready, so I just dumped it in there. And the other one, this is what we were working with the other. So those 2 pots probably have 15 or 20 little pine tree seeds in them as well. So that's how that goes. And these guys are getting at least one of these, that's my big watering can, a day. 2. So far, they've gotten 2 of those a day. That's why I say at least. I haven't gone a day yet where I've only done that once. The idea is that they stay moist the whole time until we see them come up and be little pine trees. And then at that point, we start treating them like little pine trees and water them as you would others. Yeah, that's pretty much our little catch-up. We have other things we could be working on, and we'll probably do something tonight. I'm not really sure what. But in the meantime, I just thought that I would take advantage of the part where we were having some nice weather and show off a little green and show off a little red, like that little tail going. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and Frida appreciates you. And like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. And like I said, our next stop probably will be tonight. I may bring in an oak and do a little bit of work. I may decide against it. Thank you so much for watching.